Welcome back to another episode of Becoming Relentless. This is your favorite podcast, and I'm one of your favorite hosts, Eleanor McCabe, and I'm joined by...
Danielle Kusenberger. It is just us today.
Yep, just us two.
But we're going to break down a lot of competition needs that y'all need to know.
Yeah, I think today's is going to be very, very helpful, especially for first-time competitors, especially bikini and wellness athletes. Listen up, get your notepads out, start recording in your brain.
Yeah.
Because this is going to be very useful for you.
Recording in your brain. I love it. You know what I do? I screen record on YouTube and like podcasts. Like I'll screen record like pertinent messages. So like after it's done, I just go back and listen. And
then you have a little clip.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it's going to be towards all divisions, but bikini and wellness is going to be bigger in this podcast because we're more focused on bikini and wellness.
Yes.
Coaches. Yeah.
I feel like that's like our niche, but like obviously we coach across the divisions. Yeah. It's just, that's like our focus.
And like the things that we say, like we're going to talk about suit color and XYZ, like those things go with every division, not just bikini and wellness. So listen.
I appreciate the clarification. Before we like really get started though, I wanted to do something different today.
Yeah.
And I didn't tell you about it because I wanted it to be a surprise.
Okay.
But I thought it'd be fun to start our podcast out with like one thing that we're proud of from this past week. Okay. And just like share that with everybody, every podcast.
I love that.
Yeah.
So do you want to go first? Because I feel like since you came up with this, you have like already this. Do you have it in mind?
I sort of do. I was like brainstorming on the drive, but it's like a little bit more personal. I'm like really proud of the way I handled my emotions this week because I'm getting a little bit emotional because my period's coming.
Dude, same. Oh, I feel that heavily.
We're all syncing up, I think.
Honestly, I'm like, oh my gosh. Yeah. I don't know about you. I get emotional like at times, like very. Then I get spicy. And it's like, oh, just chill out, D.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So like my like MO is that I usually end up lashing out at Zach because he's like right there. And earlier I think it was 2 days ago, we had like an almost fight, but it didn't happen because I was able to like step back and be like, wait a sec. It's not that big of a deal. I'm overreacting. Like I apologize for my tone. I was like, let me redo what I just said. Cause I was like, that's not cool. And I was so like afterwards we were like, wow, that was really good. Like we handled that conflict so good.
Y'all like dabbed each other.
Yeah. Like we were like,
awesome.
literally, I was like, man, that's crazy. Cause I think like my period's coming too. And normally I would just like blame it on that. But I was able to like control myself and control my emotions. And it just felt really good.
You know what's super cool about like guys can't really relate, but as females, y'all will relate. You literally know how you're going to act. You know what's going to be different. You know what mood's going to be different. Like you can literally, it's just a different personality almost.
Yeah.
And it's like you just for 4 days or a week, however long, you're just like
you can just
so weird.
Yeah.
It's like, I know I'm going to be emotional. I know I'm going to tie on to you more. I know I'm going to want your attention more. I don't want you to do this. Like all this stuff, like just XYZ. Like it's funny.
It's funny because we like know that about ourselves, but it's easy to get lost in the moment. Yeah. But I feel like it's taken us like 5 years of like working on it and therapy and like me working on myself to get to this point where I can like stop a fight in its tracks and just be like, hey, wait a second. Like, I don't like the way I said that. Let me redo this. Like, I'm stressed. Let's restart this conversation. And like, even Zach was kind of like, whoa, you've never done that before. Like he was like, he was like
Noah.
Getting ready to like defend himself. Like I could literally see his like defense. Yeah. Like he gets this look on his face where he's just like, oh no, like it's happening. And like his walls are going up. But I was like, wait. I was like, we can redo this whole conversation.
It's like the Hulk when the Hulk transforms. That's
for like stopping.
Yeah. That's awesome.
But that's what
I'm really proud of you for that. No, that's huge. That's really big. Yeah, that's a huge win.
It was pretty good. What's yours?
So what's today? Last weekend I had some breakthroughs. I would say, you know, it's easy. You'll understand this, and busy people understand this. It's easy to go through the motions, and you're still accomplishing things, but it's in a way that's like you forget to look in the mirror and realize how powerful you are, and realize that like you're in this universe and like you can literally do anything you want. And sometimes you forget to feel life happening because you're just happening. You know, life's just going.
Like you're moving so much.
And like you're accomplishing things, but you forget to not that you're not in the present, but your mind's just not soaking up everything. So this past week, this past week I had a realization with myself, like a come back to earth kind of moment. Like, dude, you can literally, like, you're so powerful. Like, the world is literally yours, whatever you want. And this is true to anyone. Like, you hold the most power in your life. So that's something that I constantly remind myself every day of this week, and the impact that, like, I have. Like, walk into a room, you choose how you want to elevate the room or not. That's something. So I would say that's the biggest win, but it's more so like a reminder that I'm just constantly reminding myself of. Yeah.
I love that. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
I think that's huge because it's easy to operate from that place of like, oh, I'm getting stuff done and I'm accomplishing things, and you're present, but you're not recognizing, like, almost like you have to celebrate the wins as they're happening along the way, and like recognize that that's a product of yourself.
Yeah, so, I agree.
Yeah. I'm very happy.
Thank you. It's definitely like today's one of those days where I'm like, after this, I know I haven't felt like I lived in today enough. You know, today, like, I wasn't present enough. But some days are like that. So tonight I'm going to reground myself in a way and, like, you know, like, make sure, like, I'm like, this is my life. Like, stay powerful, stay you. Yeah. Stay grounded.
I like that a lot. And you're being intentional about it, which I think is also important.
Yeah. Got to be.
Sweet.
But I love that. We should do every podcast. We'll start with something.
Yeah, I think so too. And then I'd like to put it up on the Instagram too, like ask people what they're proud of and just like help everybody celebrate their wins.
Yeah, because everyone deserves that. Sometimes it's hard to celebrate on your own.
Sometimes you don't always realize. So I think it's important too.
I agree.
So I guess now we'll get into it. The topic is presentation, right? And I think both of us, like we said earlier, we're experts in bikini and wellness, but this advice that we're going to give out is also applicable. I don't know how to say that word.
I'm going to go with yes. Whatever it is, yes.
It can also apply to figure and women's physique and wellness. What am I missing? Women's bodybuilding, men's bodybuilding. I don't think men, maybe not men.
The tanning will yeah.
It can apply everywhere. I'll just say that. Yeah. So where do you want to start?
Let's start with suit color.
Okay.
Because, and I want to see, we're going to agree, but there might be some things we want to agree on. Well, I will say everyone wants to pick color red because red's just always someone's favorite color. Like, that was my favorite color.
Yeah.
If you're a redhead, if you're someone who has like red undertone, aka me, like, red is not going to be your color because, like, the lights on stage, the tan, and the red suit are all going to clash each other. In your opinion, what color hair do you think is best for a red suit?
For red,
I would say really, really dark hair. And almost, if you have a Hispanic look as well, or
like dark with no, like you were saying, no red undertones. And then also, like, your background matters, your ethnicity, because like,
we're Asian, like Sess can pull it off. Yeah.
But like somebody like me, because I'm olive skinned, like this is me really pale. And I still have like some color, like,
and I will say I'm literally
like, this is me, like, very pale,
and this is me literally like, I'm the color of my sports bra, bro. I'm literally not wearing clothes.
But like, I know that like I wouldn't be able to pull off red because it would clash with the undertone of like my skin, and I also think maybe like Native Americans, because they have some undertones as well. Like, red is a little bit difficult for them. I have seen African Americans pull off red.
Yeah, I do think that's
a very specific look. But there's a lot that goes into suit too. So,
I think red's just a tricky color. So if you're like, I don't know, don't go with red unless it's 100% like it fits you. No.
You know who I like in red, who doesn't wear it often? Ashley Kay.
I agree.
I like her.
But she has like black hair or really dark brown, but I think it's black. Yeah. And like, if you have black hair, then you can definitely pull it off. like the dark brown's iffy because there's usually a red undertone. Even if you get it dyed really dark, there's usually a red undertone or a purple undertone. Yeah. Like in mine. Yeah, it is.
A little red.
Yeah.
A little red in there.
Yeah. But for suits for people that have like olive skin, and brunette hair, or if you're pale, I think a blue's just so safe, dude. Dark blue, light blue, it's really safe. I would say for blondes, well, last year light blue was really popular for blondes.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah. I don't know what's coming this year. A blue's still good.
I think because Maureen wore pink, we're going to see an uptick in pink just because that's just the nature of it. Girls see her winning in pink and they're like, oh, I want to do pink.
Yeah.
But I think pink is a very tricky color. And I honestly don't think it's Maureen's color. I think she pulled it off.
I think she pulls off, but it's not her.
It wasn't, it wasn't
color.
my favorite look of hers, like her suit.
I am surprised she wore that, to be honest. I'm very surprised.
Pink.
Yeah.
It was a risk.
Well, like, she looks great in it. But if you look at her skin with the pink, they do clash some. Mm-hmm. There isn't, like, if she would have wore, like, what's the color that she usually wears? Do you know? Is it like
she goes
purple?
Between turquoise and red, actually. But I think red was a little bit too much because of the way that she poses.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree.
But I liked her in blue. I think she won Boston in like a light turquoise.
My favorite color is Jen Dory's purple. Mm-hmm. That's my favorite suit color. And I think like you rock it, like, but most people can rock purple. Mm-hmm. Purple is also a safe color.
Purple's very safe for blondes and for brunettes, I think.
Yeah, blue and purple for sure. And like, honestly, blue and purple together, like the range between them, like they're all safe. Light blue, dark blue, blue and purple together, violet, dark purple, like it's all safe. What do you think about green?
That's another tricky one. It's a jewel tone, so I think you can wear green, but I've worn green before and it was okay. But I think it depends on your skin and your hair and like.
It used to be way more popular. Mm-hmm. It used to be way more popular. And I used to think of it as a safe color as well, but I haven't seen many girls wear it anymore. They wear more of like a turquoise blue, but not like a pure green.
Not like a electric green. Yeah, I agree. I think it still could be a safe color. I don't think blondes should wear green.
No.
Ever. But if you have dark hair, I think you could rock a green. Maybe like a darker green, like a velvet fabric, and then like really bright stones because the velvet fabric is going to like really darken the suit. But green would be okay. It really also depends on like girls' personalities and how they want to present themselves. So there's like different things to consider when you're choosing your suit.
Mm-hmm. Like your routine, like if you have a sassy routine or versus like a simple yet like still gravitating routine, like your routine does matter with the suit as well. Mm-hmm. That's where a posing coach comes into play because I don't want to say like, don't pick this suit color if your routine's sassy because that's not true. Like your personality, like your whole look, like honestly your stature, like how much muscle you have, like all of that plays a part. If you always get your hair and makeup done by a professional, not your friend, not yourself, by a professional.
Yes. That's something that you need to budget in from the very beginning. Like if you're trying to figure out what you need for show day, budget in that. First, if you have shorter hair or like mid-length hair, think about getting hair extensions. Like you probably will need them. Mm-hmm. And then you need a budget for having a hair and makeup artist, like somebody professional who does this for a living, do your hair and makeup because you can't just hire your friend. Like stage makeup and stage hair is very, very different than like everyday looks.
And I'm gonna back up on the hair thing. The reason why you need to have extensions or should have extensions is because they're not judging your back. They don't want to see your back. If you notice most Olympians, top Olympians, look at their hair length. It's usually all around the same. It's long. It's not covering their butt, obviously, but it's mid back or a little bit more. Mm-hmm. Jennifer Dory is way different because she has curly hair, but she also has a different look, and she's an Olympian, dude. So her physique's vastly different as well. But yeah, makeup's definitely this. not only just the eye makeup, but the skin too. Like the coloring, like it has to be perfect. Yeah.
Because what you're looking for, and this is just like a little tip, when you go get your spray tan done, if you're getting sprayed, don't let them spray your face. You want your face to be like a blank canvas for the makeup artist the next day. You don't want to get a coat of tan on there because then your makeup's just going to look dull and like muddied. And obviously the makeup artist, if you hire a professional, they're going to know how to skin match you appropriately so that it blends, because your face also shouldn't be like way too light on stage. There's like a good balance.
And I will say, so there's obviously most shows come with the makeup crew. They hire a makeup crew. In my experience, all of them always suck, like completely suck. And unless like Shannon Dunning is like on her own, she's amazing. V, the makeup artist, is amazing. People that are like have their own business are usually better at it versus the makeup crew. And honestly, I'm like at the Ronnie Coleman last year, 2 years ago when I did it, dude, they hired a makeup crew and it was people out of school, who
they were practicing.
Yeah, like they were in like college or something practicing. We were their practice. I was like, I'm trying to win overall, and you're practicing on me.
Yeah.
So my point to that is also go into the makeup, like unless it's someone that you know and trust and always get your makeup done by, go into that those people and like have an idea, like have pictures, and it doesn't like you can give them like 3 options, be like, but I want something like this, and they'll tell you like, no, dude, that's not gonna cut it. But if you go in there with no ideas or nothing, and these people aren't that good at what they do, like they're probably gonna make your face look like trash, to be honest.
Yeah.
Might as well go on with no makeup.
Yeah, I think that's a great tip.
Yeah.
Have reference photos for sure. That's what I did as an amateur. I would screenshot, and I think I really like Janet Leug's look. I had hers as a reference photo for a long time. I had one of Laura Lee's looks for a really long time. And then now I've kind of found a look that I like on myself. So I took a picture of it when I got it, and then I just show that to whoever it is. I'm like, I want to recreate this. Yeah. So like once you find that look with somebody, take as many pictures, take a video, like document it, and then just have that recreated every time. Unless you want to like try something different. But for me, like if it's tried and true and it's worked, I'm just going to roll with it.
Yeah.
Until I hear otherwise.
And like, never wear super bright lipstick.
Yeah. Like bright as in like bright pink or bright
pink. Yeah. I've never seen anyone wear red. I don't think it would look bad though. I think it, like for some people, I don't think it would look bad. Honestly, an African American, I think that color or darker skin tone can pull it off more so than other people. I think it would look really pretty on them, actually. But a pink, a purple, you know.
Yeah, you want to be really smart about that because you want enough that you can see your lips, like you want lips, but you don't want something that's like outrageous and distracting. I think actually, that's a point I want to make as well, is your makeup shouldn't be overly distracting to your entire look. Like you don't want the judges to be like, what's on her face? They're supposed to be judging your physique. Yeah. And the makeup should add to that. And especially within bikini and wellness, like it is kind of a beauty pageant as well. Like there's that like beauty factor, and not saying that they're going to pick the winner based off of face beauty, but like having a face that is presenting as like very feminine, very healthy and glowy, and draws the eye and is feminine is going to be a lot better than like makeup that's kind of dull or blends in too much. So there's definitely a line and like a balance to it.
I agree. That's why you just hire someone.
Exactly. Find a professional.
Yeah. So we covered suit, we covered hair, makeup.
What about, sorry, I want to take it back to suit colors because I don't think we went through them all.
We did.
What about like black suits?
No, I was going to touch on that too. Your personality matches it. Posing routine matches it. Well, first of all, as a posing coach, if you come to us and like your personality is like a black suit personality, which is like, what would you even describe that? Like hardcore, but also like girly, edgy. Like we're going to make sure your routine represents that. That's why you hire a good posing coach. I think people can definitely pull it off. Depends on, you have to be edgy. That has to be your vibe. You can't fake something and make it you. You have to be it.
I like that a lot. So, and talking about vibes and like red suits, what I've seen and what I've noticed is that if your posing is overly sexual or like you're giving off that like sexual energy, like there's nothing wrong with that. But if you pair that with a red suit, it's not going to be judged very well because you don't want to make the judges uncomfortable. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
no, yeah.
A lot of the judges are women. And like, if you're making them uncomfortable and it's because your presentation is coming off a certain way because of your suit color and your posing, then you just want to be cognizant of that as well. Like, there's nothing wrong with owning your sexuality and being powerful and like sexy up there. There's nothing wrong with that. But there's a way to make it classy.
Yeah. Yeah, no, there's a difference between I'm going to seduce you because I'm going to fuck you, or I'm going to seduce you because I'm going to win because my physique's so powerful, you know? And like, you know, as an athlete, what is what. But you also need to hire a good posing coach.
Yeah, shameless plug. We're both posing coaches.
Yeah, and if you haven't already applied, we're gonna take you on. So you should apply.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think black is I think it's going to come more this year. I will say sliding up the legs, sliding up your body and posing routines in bikini is not going to really be a thing going into 2023 and is probably going to be judged poorly. Wellness, I think sliding a little bit is okay. And I would say so. I think it's like, unless I see otherwise by a judge, but I haven't.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Sheila said no sliding up the body in bikini.
I think it's bikini specifically, and they're really trying to parse out like the difference between bikini and wellness. And for wellness, like there already is kind of like a sexual feeling to it. No, it is. Yeah. Like, and I want to be careful with my language here because I'm not saying that it's like sexualized, like, or I'm not objectifying wellness athletes. But when you look at a bikini versus wellness, like routine, posing routine, wellness, I think a large part of this is because a lot of the athletes are Brazilian and their culture is a little bit different. And like they've brought this energy and this vibe over to the States. But if you look at the bikini and wellness like routines, wellness is sexy. Like,
bikini is classy, wellness is sexy.
Yeah.
But just because you want to be sexy and your physique fits bikini doesn't mean that you go wellness.
Yeah.
Like,
But,
you know, yeah. That was a really good way to put it, though.
Thank you.
You know what I haven't seen? Black suits on wellness.
Yeah. I haven't seen that either.
But it's mostly because those girls are, most of them are Brazilian.
Mm-hmm. I really think that's what it is. I have seen some dark blues.
I've seen, yeah.
But yeah, I haven't seen black.
Yeah.
Because that's just not really the vibe.
No, and it's not.
I feel like with wellness, I've seen orange and yellow a little bit more. It's not popular at all, but I've seen those more than like bikini. Well,
because like, which is weird, I would say. Not weird. Well, I would say because orange and yellow is not sexy.
Right.
They're just
it's
bright.
Like bright.
Like sunshine. But black is classy, which is why we see it in bikini. And it's not really, it can be sexy, but I would say it's more edgy and classy.
Mm-hmm.
Then that's why we don't see it much in wellness.
I would agree. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, for hair, unless your hair is really naturally curled, don't curl it or crimp it too much unless it's your natural hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I say there's pageantry, like you don't want pageant hair because you know how pageant hair is like really big barrel curls and then they're like
beach waves, like 80s, like look at me.
I don't think that's not the move for bikini unless you have like Jen Dory or Jasmine.
Yeah.
Attila.
Or even your hair. I really hope you go curly this year.
Here's hoping. Justin?
I know, dude. I know.
I want to wear it curly so bad on stage and it's long enough. I need to make sure that I keep it healthy. But
I think it should.
Dude, it's long.
For your pro debut, like, why not be all you? That's is super long. Yeah.
If you're on
it's
YouTube
longer
right
than
now,
it's longer than it was for nationals, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to grow my hair out. Well, yeah. I feel like there's parts of it that are way long, and there's parts of it that are like not.
It'll catch up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
no heat. That's what you're doing, right?
I haven't. So I do it once. once a week. Some weeks I don't do it at all, but then like I braid it and then it like gets all.
It's like a little bit curly, like wavy.
Yeah. No heat.
Honestly, that's the secret. Or not even the secret. That's just like the key.
No, I would say, yeah. My hair grew more in the past 3 months because past month or two. Because I didn't put any heat on it than it has in the past like 8 months.
That's what I did for like in 2020 when everything shut down and I started working from home. I just stopped doing my hair completely and I just let it be for like 8 months. I didn't do like no heat, nothing, just like let it do its thing. It grew so much. And ever since then, I've like just like kept that length and it keeps growing. But I feel like if you don't put any heat to it and you just let it be, it grows so fast.
Yeah. And like even like I'm never gonna go back to what I was doing. And like off topic, but Reddit one time said something about how my hair was like, and I really don't give a crap. Like they were like, I agree with them. My hair looked like a nest. Like I trained, I worked, I didn't like, like I wasn't trying to impress anyone. I already have the guy that I want,
Dude, that cracks me up.
No, yeah. They would talk about how my hair was, but like, I'm not going to fry it. I'm going to let it grow.
But also, like, can you think about that for like a second, that someone's following you so closely that like they have to post anonymously online about your hair?
Yeah.
Like, to me, that just shows how sad somebody else's life is.
That's thing's real. You can't. Yeah.
I think Alex Cooper on Call Her Daddy one time said that her hate comments were that her hair looks like a broom.
Wow.
And then she got like a sponsorship from like a shampoo company, and then she like used it as a joke. She was like, "Do you want to know how I turned my hair from being a broom?"
Yeah. So any shampoo companies out there listening, I got you.
Yeah, we're open. We're open for sponsorship.
Yeah. For hair grow though, if we're gonna use you, make it grow.
Oh my gosh,
that's funny.
And I'm trying to think what else with presentation. Like tanning is a big one.
Yes, pro tan. I would like definitely use pro tan if they're there. I'm not really a fan of anyone else.
I haven't used liquid sun rays, but I know that they're the other like popular one.
They're hit or miss, I think.
Yeah, I've never used them.
I
just
have.
Know that they're popular.
Yeah. Well, I think because I have.
I think their formula is different than protein.
Yeah, I think they're good. There's one other company. I don't think it's Liquid Sunrays. There's one other company that's horrible. That goes to some absolutely horrible, and it's like pro something. It's like their name is a knockoff of one of the good ones.
Oh yeah.
So if it's not Protan, don't use them. My opinion.
I think Protan's really cool because you can order the do-it-yourself kits, and that's what I wish I would have done. I haven't done it yet for this stage, but I've DIY'd Amber and Matt, and I recommend it to like everybody. I'm like, just do it yourself, because then you don't have to go get sprayed, and you don't have to be cold in front of fans. Like you can literally do it in your own home, and like the color turns out great every time. Like it's foolproof. You can mess it up and like fix it. Like it's not it's not that hard, I think. But
I agree. Protan's it.
So with tanning, I think the biggest thing is to make sure that you prep your skin, because I know when I was going into my first show, I didn't realize you had to shave and like shave well. So I had like long hairs like in patches, and when the tan goes on, like, you can kind of see it.
Yeah.
So you have to make sure
you got to shave everything.
Yeah.
I was the same way. I was like, oh, I'm good.
Yeah.
Nah, honey, you're not good. Like your arms too.
Yeah, you don't realize like your upper arms and like your back. Like you got to get someone to help you like run a razor back there.
They just got to do it for you. You just open wide.
Shave me.
Bro, yeah. I've had to do that for some people.
Oh my gosh.
For a person.
Oh my gosh. I would crack up. Well, it's kind of hard shaving like somebody else when they're lean because the crevices.
Yeah.
Like, because when you're lean, there's no fat and everything's deep. Like you have to like kind of maneuver.
Yeah.
It's
true though. Yeah. There's literally no fat on you. Hey, we're gonna be lean soon.
I know. I can't wait. You guys should guess how many weeks out we are.
Do we even know? Just kidding.
We don't. Maybe. We have an estimate.
Yeah.
We have a target.
A target. We have targets.
Targets.
All of them are maybe.
Yeah. I actually prefer, I think, not 100% committing to a date because then I'm not as stressed.
It also never works out that way. Right? It's always shows around that date that end up happening.
Like I keep thinking like, you know what? Let me be ready between like this month and this month. Like I'm just giving myself lots of space.
Yeah.
I think that's the way to go because then you're not as stressed about a certain specific date and it's not about the end goal. It's about like getting through the process and enjoying the process and then being truly ready.
Yeah.
So I kind of prefer it this way. I didn't think I would because I'm pretty type A and I like to control everything. But this is nice.
Yeah. No, I agree. I like it.
I do too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that we are going to wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for listening.
Yes.
We appreciate it. Drop any of your questions, comments, anything that you'd like to know, or if you'd like to get in touch with us. We are coaches. We are posing coaches, and we are here to help you with anything you need.
We got you.
Yes.
Promise.
Thank you guys so much, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Bye. Keep being relentless.
I hope y'all really enjoyed the podcast today, leaving it feeling more relentless than ever. But we have a few things that we would love to ask of you, so I'm going to give this over to Noah.
Thank you guys so much for listening. If you could, I know that this is your new favorite podcast. Please leave a 5-star rating and review. Leave any comments and questions below. And make sure that you're sharing across social media so that all of your friends get to listen to the greatest podcast on earth.
And if you have any questions about any topics that we talk about or anything at all, fitness, competing related, anything, we'll hit you back up, Instagram or in the podcast under, if the comment box is there, then we will definitely answer your questions and help you out as best as we can.
Absolutely. So leave those 5-star reviews, let us know, and we'll talk to y'all again soon.
Have a relentless day.
Bye.